72% crit damage.
Oh, now we cooking. Now we are cooking. Which I actually around and got Natasha Main. Stand up. Blade really did get a buff with this. Let's check out this video by one of our favorite Asians in the entirety of the planet, Mr. Pokey. Take it away, brother. Take away the floor.
Here back with another video, and today we are gonna
Oh no, he did the infamous back with another video intro. Oh snap, thank you for the raid, Kyrie Cannon, for the 28 viewers. All right,
hey guys, Mr. Pokey here, back with another video.
Let's listen to it one more time.
Hey guys, Mr. Pokey here, back with another video.
Holy brother has a booger in there, bro. I see it. My bad, Pokey. I'm sorry, bro. ADHD moment.
Hey guys, Mr. Pokey here, back with another video, and today we are going to be going through the latest version 2.6 piece relic sets that were reviewed in the version 2.6 livestream. Sacerdos relieved ordeal, as well as the scholar lost in erudition, right? The first set is going to be meant for our hyper carry support, and the second set is going to be our brand new skill damage set. Right now, with the help of the creator experience server, we can finally go around and see the testings, their impact for each of our different units, as well as is it going to be worth your stamina to farm for these brand new relic sets. For the sake of convenience, I'll be labeling the first relic set as the Sacerdos set and the second set as the scholar set, right? So without further ado,
I can't unsee. Hey, child, that's totally. I'm sorry, it kind of stuck out to me, bro.
Before actually going into the set itself, I just kind of...
All right, so 4-piece set.
I want to bring your attention to the design of these relic sets. So for Sacerdos, it is very, very clear that it is meant for Sunday, right? It is quite literally his coat, his shoes.
Oh, yeah, dude, I didn't even notice. Literally, wow. Lack of detail consideration moment here. I wasn't even paying attention. That is Sunday's drip.
It is almost as if Miho just said, you know what, Sunday, take off your shit. You are now the brand new 4-piece. But luckily for us, unlike Dude,
bro got rid of the booger. He got rid of it.
Inferno,
bro got rid of the booger.
Summonable unit, right? So
he got rid of it, chat.
Very, very nicely designed over here.
Nicely done.
And then for the scholar lost in a summonable unit, right? So very nicely designed over here. And then for the scholar lost in erudition set, it doesn't really remind me of any unit that
this is the analysis that matters.
Seen so far in Honkai Star Rail. Cause now
yo, who the fuck is rocking this? Whose drip is this? Whose drip is that? Dang, that looks kind of cool. Herta? Oh. Bro, that would be crazy if that's Herta's drip. Nah, because she got like I don't know. Nah. I don't know.
We have the similar drip, but if anything, it kind of hints to me, or at least this is going to be my personal opinion, we might be seeing someone using this coming from the Genius Society, right? Because first of all, Scholar, yeah. So I made the parallel over there with Genius, and it kind of also reminds me of like a male version of the adult Herta.
Bro, Pokey, we know you've seen the leaks, bro. All right, we know the Golden Boy has seen them. Bro has seen him, bro. He knows exactly who it is. Bro, he knows exactly who it is. I'm trying to see if that ties up with the outfit we just saw. It does. The same colors. That's got to be Herta, right? I mean, she definitely has a more feminine outfit on right here. Like if you look at the shoulder garment that she's wearing.
We have seen from on live stream. We can see that.
Ah, damn. Also, facial fine as shit, bro. My fat head ass is blocking her, bro. Hold on. Let me. Y'all gotta get appreciation on this facial picture right here, bro. Lord, have mercy on my soul. Oh my God.
The Herta all grown up wearing, it kind of reminiscent of like Rani the Witch if you guys play Elden Ring. So this kind of reminds you of the male version. So I wouldn't be too surprised if in the future this is gonna be meant for a unit that can make use of.
Oh, he's not saying that's Herta. He's saying there's a male version because they have similarities and swagger. That makes sense.
A very similar design, right? So that is going to be that for the design portion. Definitely holding very, very good future potential. But let's just jump straight into our very first set, Sacerdos. 2-piece increased speed by 6% and
okay, let's look at it. By the way, I already knew about this. I've been saw this shit, but now that it's officially being shown to the public, we can speak on it. 6% speed. Let me move my fat head ass back up here. 6% speed. First of all, this is insane. Because now we have a means to increase somebody's speed. And then it goes in to skill and ult. It's basically the way I see it. Let me make sure. When using skill or ultimate on one ally target, increase the ability target's crit damage by 18%, lasting for 2 turns, and this effect can stack up. Yeah. So it's the way I understand it. So this is like a supportive infrastructure, right? Because let's just take Ting Yun for an example. The 4-star Ting Yun. If she goes into battle, pops her ult, and then benediction buffs somebody, she still gets access to a 6% speed boost, right? Plus, skill and ultimate give that person a 36% crit damage boost from Ting Yun. Just like taking her and putting her in there for an example. She targets somebody with her benediction buff, and then she puts her fucking ult energy, boost onto them as well. Ting Yun's a prime example of using this bad boy right here and reaping full benefits from it. But that is a perfect example of how a lot of the support system units are going to be able to take advantage of it. Whoever can obviously target. Wait, it says one ally target. So it has to be one target. That means you have to have a target. You have to have a single target skill or ultimate. Is that how I understand it? Or is it only, it's strictly only one? Interesting. Okay. Who else has a single target buff? Bronya does with her skill. That's huge for Bronya. Sparkle does with her skill, but not her ultimate. Who else, chat? Sparkle and Bronya. Jade. Oh, Jade. Interesting. Hanya too. Okay. March as well. Okay, I can see some value from it there. Damn, that's a cook. Because now March and Jade, they aren't necessarily supports, but now you're giving people who deal DPS a means to buff the fucking unit on top of what they're doing. That's pretty damn cool. So March and Jade can now give the 30% speed boost with Jade, right? And then also 36% damage boost. Jade's is all right though, because you can only use it. You only get half the benefit from Jade. Jade can only scale for every 3 turns. So Jade is but March too. March is You only get half the buff from both of them. So Jade and March is kind of cope.
4-piece when using skill or ultimate.
Ting Yun is like the main person I'm seeing in my head, unless I'm missing somebody that really benefits from this. Ting Yun, Sparkle, and Bronya.
On one ally target, increase their crit damage by 18% for 2 turns, stacking up to 2 times. So for the longest time we have been playing in Honkai Starbucks, our harmony supports, or in fact pretty much almost every single one of our supports, like such as our debuffers, we didn't really have a lot of very good 4-piece options, right?
That's true. That's a good point. I also want to say, y'all know damn well, the Nihility Ting Yun is going to take advantage of this too. I guarantee it.
Most of us, we are going to be running their 4-piece ego set to get our 25% action value advance, or we can just run a 2-piece messenger for the 2% speed.
But see, the question is, are people going to replace the 4-piece win set for this new set? That 4-piece win set is so broken. Often at times, the extra turn is more important than the 36% crit damage bonus. I don't know.
And just run rainbow sessions to make the speed requirements, right? Not a lot of people really locked into the 4-piece messenger bonus because the speed is only for a single turn, and most of the time you don't really play around the messenger speed buff.
The 2-piece speed for Traverse Hacker is more like the 2-piece bonus of Traverse Hacker is the only reason people use it. Oh, but now you can do 2-piece for a 12% speed boost for the people who really need the speed. I just realized that. We can now do 2-piece speed. Oh shit, chat.
And even if you do, it is basically just 2 speed subs with our stats, so it's really not that worth it. And most of the time, players are going for the 2-piece messenger instead of the 4-piece messenger. But that...
I'm gonna be honest with you though. My bad, Pokey. I keep yapping, bro. I'm sorry. if you do a 4-piece messenger now on one of the units, and then 2-piece speed on the unit you're really trying to make fast, you can give them a shit ton of speed.
Has all changed with the introduction of 4-piece Sacerdos. So this 4-piece Sacerdos, in my opinion, it is probably gonna be pretty much best in slot for almost every single one of our hyper carry supports, allowing them to have a 36% crit damage buff to our main carry, which from a Relic subset perspective,
I think it's fair to state that, but I would also wager that 4-piece win set ain't no bitch, bro. The extra turn is really hard to beat out, even with a 36% crit damage bonus. I mean, it's definitely at least significant increase, as opposed to everything else in the game. But that fucking win set ain't no joke, bro. It really not. It's so strong. The action value advancement.
It's gonna be worth a lot more than a 12% speed buff for 1 turn. Not to mention, it is going to be a raw damage increase instead of just a speed, which technically speaking, if you don't play around the speed thresholds in Honkai Star Rail, you're not really gonna be able to see a lot of the value from speed. Whereas for raw damage buff, pretty much any player, casuals, free play, even zero cyclos, sweaty meta players, you can see solid incremental values, right? Another thing to note is that these bonuses can actually be stacked from multiple sources. So, for example, if you are going to be equipping both Sparkle and Ting Yun, the main target can receive up to a 72% crit damage.
Oh, now we cooking. Now we are cooking. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that motherfucker stacked. Oh, shit. That's a lot of buff. Hey. That's a lot of buff. Now, see, 36 didn't impress me. 72, now that's impressive. That's very impressive. This changes everything. Gamers. Yeah, I didn't see. Normally, they'll say this cannot stack. He makes a very good point. The description says nowhere that bonus cannot stack. So obviously, it can stack. Dude, Ting Yun Sparkle Bronya. Now you have 100% crit damage bonus. Ting Yun Sparkle Bronya triple fucking set. 100% crit damage boost, bro. Holy hyper carry
buff if they are both having these
full harmony.
So the way this set works is the wearer has to use a skill or the ultimate and only target one ally. So someone like Ranmei or Robin, they cannot activate the 4-piece whatsoever, right? Because their skill and ultimate, it is targeting to an entire team, right? It is not really designated for a single target. So the obvious users are namely going to be Bronya, Sparkle, Ting Yun, and even Hanya.
Hey, bro, who the fuck cooked up these artworks, though? Why? Hey, these artworks fire, bro. Yo, Hanya, why she looking at me? Why she looking at me like that, bro? Damn, these some beautiful ass artworks. Why Bronya hair pink and shit?
Keep in mind that Sparkle and Bronya's ultimate, they cannot activate the 4-piece because the ultimate is not applied to a single ally, it is applied to an entire team, right? But because Bronya and Sparkle, they are pretty much always gonna be spamming their skill almost on every single turn, you can still get a very good uptime, pretty much 100%, and get the max 2 stacks permanently, right? So not too big of a problem over there. If you want to compare this parallel for the 4-piece Sacerdos to, for example, like 4-piece Eagle or even the 2-piece Messenger with a 2-piece whatever, there is an argument that if you are doing for 0 cycles, you might be getting more value from the 25% action value advance from 4-piece Eagle.
So you agree with me in that front?
Because 25%.
But it really just depends on the scenario. Some teams don't need the extra turn, they just need the extra damage.
Action very advanced. If you use the ultimate more enough, it more or less can give your units an extra turn. An extra turn entails you have not only more damage, more energy, more chance to get out, more chance to apply debuffs. So this is really going to be dependent if you really value this 25% action value from Eagle 4-piece. But if you just want to get a raw 36% crit damage buff, not to mention the 2-piece speed buff, then this 4-piece Sacerdos is going to be, in my opinion, going to be an extremely comfortable 4-piece for general use cases, for the casuals, for beginners, for anyone that just wants to go ahead and get about their day done. And
the cool thing about these kind of sets too, you don't really have to stress about substats. Don't get me wrong, you might have to build a little bit of speed in there, right? All the supports want a lot of speed, as much speed as possible. But you don't have to stress about the substats. That's what's cool. You're going to get that bonus given over to the person you want to give it over to. No problem. You don't have to stress with other sets where you have to like roll crit damage, roll crit rate, roll whatever the fuck. That's what I like about the support sets. Hey, Speed Dragon, thank you for the tier 1 for 5 months, baby. I appreciate the support, man. What up?
And with the most obvious use cases out of the way, I kind of want to highlight some certain niche characters that can also make use of 4-piece Sacerdos, even if they are not supports. So, one example, most abundance character also have an ability that targets our own ally, such as our Gallagher, our Luocha. So we can technically buff our other units with this crit damage buff as well. But keep in mind, the skill and ultimate, like I mentioned, they can only target a single ally.
Damn, that's massive, actually. Abundance units buffing for crit damage. Ooh, that's literally a Lorcha buff. I ain't gonna cap, chat. That's a Lorcha buff. Lorcha actually fuck around and got Natasha Main. Stand up. Bailu and Huahua AoE. Yeah, no, they not getting buffed. No, we already knew Bailu wasn't getting buffed. Chat. Come on now. Of course, Bailu ain't getting buffed. But Lorcha and Gallagher got buffed. Insane. Who else? Scooby-Doo's not getting buffed. Who else is oh shit! Lynx! Lynx, look at Lynx getting buffed. That's actually a fat fucking buff for Lynx because she increases your taunt value while giving you crit damage. That's the weakest blade buff I ever seen in my fucking life, Hoyoverse. Go fuck yourself. I hope you step on Legos in perpetuity, bro.
So unfortunately, Huo, because her skill targets 3 different targets and the ultimate for her entire team, she can unfortunately not use this 4-piece Sacerdos. So generally speaking, as long as you have an abundant sustain that can in fact target a single target, then it is possible to use this skill. And
you know what's crazy though, chat? Blade really did get a buff with this because Blade's teams are Sparkle and Bronya. Sparkle and Bronya now can give him more crit damage, which is going to give him more damage. That really is a Blade buff. Hey man, we gotta take what we want as Blade mains, man. You know, I gotta take what I want, man. I gotta take what I get, you know. Chat, we doing our best over here, man.
currently right now, it is mainly going to be Lynx.
Seal buff, yeah.
Lynx is pretty much the
Jingli
only
will come back, yeah.
consistently use this skill and apply this buff to our target with a very good uptime. We also have a potential use for Sacerdos for even DPS units.
Yeah, this is what I think it's cope on DPS units though, but sure. I guess sure.
So remember that the activation condition is gonna be using our skill or ultimate.
Maybe he can show me a DPS unit I can't think of off the top of my head that can actually make this pop off.
On target. This includes themselves.
Who the fuck targets themselves?
So if there are any units that you have that can actually use a skill or ultimate and it applies to their own buff, then you can actually mark this buff to their own DPS. So an Blade targets himself? What? Wait, are y'all talking about when he self-inflicts? Yeah, with his skill? I mean, I don't really call that a self-target. It just kind of happens, you know what I mean? But hey, we'll take it. Now the question is, I mean, that motherfucker's slow too, bro. Blade's slow ass do need some speed. I'm gonna keep it a stack, bro. Blade's slow ass be needing some speed, bro. Excellent.
You're only getting 18 crit damage? Yeah, that shit is cope. That's what I'm saying. I feel like that's just cope. Unless, nah, that's just cope. I was gonna say when he does an auto attack, he takes away from his own HP and gives himself a stack. I was like, maybe that counts too, and he gets 36.
An example is going to be Qingque. Every single time you use Qingque skill, it is considered as a buff to herself. And another example is going to be Clara and...
Yeah, but nobody's using that over the quantum set, bro. Nobody is using that over defensive shred. It's just not happening.
Using these ultimates, which can be considered self buffs, right?
What I will say though, what I like what he's cooking right here is this speaks into existence future units down the line.
So if you guys do get yourselves a very good crit value from farming this 4-piece, consider Qingque, Clara, and Yunli when you want to use this 4-piece.
Now Yun Li could actually use it for real, but again, I wouldn't use. I just feel like it's such a. I guess this is just for cope because like their sets are just so much better right? Like Yun Li, you are not swapping out that fucking facial set for this set. You're just not. Yun Li does not give a rat's ass about speed.
Keep in mind for Yun Li, 4-piece Valerius is gonna be pretty much a best in slot, so it
He's just covering the board though. He's not saying like these are fucking meta or anything. He's just covering the board, and I'm just pointing out why I think they're just cope.
might not be that big of an upgrade if there's any upgrade. And then for Clara set, however, it is actually a pretty considerable upgrade because the 4-piece champion set is just
Smack, why is there always drama in Pokey comments? I think Pokey just doesn't he doesn't micromanage his comment section, which is smart. It's obviously better engagement, which is theoretically a better algorithm boost. Whereas a lot of content creators, especially me, I micromanage the fuck out my comment section. I don't let no dumb fucks be up in there, at least for the most part. Sometimes you just can't control it. It's just like way too many, but I micromanage my comment section, my community. Like if even my Twitch chat, if I see people like talking crazy, as well as my mods, like saying dumbass shit, like I try to create a healthy environment. It's called, we trim the lawn. We mow the fucking lawn. Yeah. I try to keep a healthy environment. I try to keep an environment of people who have good cognitive abilities that can have rational discussions and talk civilized and not be absolute fucking degenerates and morons. But I think Pokey just doesn't give a fuck.
very, very inefficient to farm, and the effects of 4-piece champion is also not that great. So 4-piece Sacerdos can be quite impactful for Clara, especially considering she's also a very slow unit. So you
mow the lawn, but that shit always gonna grow back. That's so true.
See Clara wasting the buff very quickly. So aside from this 4-piece effect, general usage, the 2-piece speed buff can also be very, very nice. So now you can get a 2-piece speed from both Hackerspace as well as Sacerdos.
Bro, all I had to do was let my man cook. I was doing all that fucking yapping earlier just for Pokey to say the same shit later.
So now you can essentially get this 12% speed buff. So the ability supports like Pella, Jiao Qiu, you can just give them as much speed as humanly possible. So that is gonna be that for our 4-piece Sacerdos. And now moving on to our 4-piece Scholars.
Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna let them yap. I'm gonna learn from my mistake earlier, and we're just gonna let them yap.
The increasing crit by 8% for our 2-piece and increased damage dealt by skill and ultimate by 20%. After using ultimate, additionally,
Pokey Sparkle about to become the Flash. She already is the Flash, bro.
Increase the damage dealt by the next skill by 25%. So you essentially get additionally.
All I'm gonna say is this seems like an alternate version of Inert Salsada, just by looking at it. All right, Inert Salsada, ultimate and follow-up attack damage. This one, skill and ultimate. It's skill. It's more skill prone.
Increase the damage dealt by the next skill by 25%. So
that is who? Oh, that's Jingli Yu, ain't it? Hey, Jingli Yu getting love.
Essentially get a permanent 8% crit rate, 20% skill, and 20% ultimate damage.
It would have been better if it was crit damage as a 2-piece and not crit rate. Jingli, you don't need no crit rate, man.
With an additional 25% skill damage bonus. So this set will basically benefit the characters that will be dealing damage with their skill and ultimates, with the caveat that this additional 4-piece will benefit skill.
Hold up. You said, my nigga.
Damage users more. And the recipient that's gonna be one of the best beneficiaries is gonna be none other than our Ice Queen Jing Liu. Right?
I like to hear it, boys.
Very, very high focus on not only her ultimate damage, but also from an enhanced skill. But that being said, Jing Liu does have a pretty high ultimate cost of 140, so this additional 25% skill damage will not have a very high uptime compared to units that can use their ultimates very, very frequently. So as of now, considering the upgrade between either 4-piece Quantum or 4-piece Ice, and if you do have a signature like Cone or you're running her with Pella, then 4-piece Quantum is going to be the best in store. Then this 4-piece Scholar is not going to be a definitive increase in terms of upgrade.
Definitive, my brother, definitive. Pokey's English is getting a lot better though. Bro has been speaking so much English, the accent is slowly but surely fading.
There's a way that we can somehow increase Jing Liu's ultimate uptime, either through getting hit or through Adventures mechanics, or even through like Huan Huan's ultimate or any other means to improve her ultimate uptime, right? Another unit that can be an excellent recipient is going to be Scylla. So Scylla nowadays is going to be almost always running the 4-piece Quantum. It has been a set that has been farming since 1.0, but for players that have not farmed for 4-piece Quantum and you are still going to be using Scylla, then this this is gonna be a pretty nice alternative and sometimes even considered as an upgrade, especially if you don't run Scylla with defense debuffers such as Silverwolf or Pella, right? In situations you might run Scylla with like Ting Yun, Robin, or Sparkle, any of these above, right? So in this scenario, because Scylla, she also relies a lot on her skill.
You know, Pokey was not about to dedicate. You know, he wasn't gonna not dedicate a section about Scylla. You know, he was gonna make it a point to get some Scylla vouching for up in this video. Y'all know it, chat, right?
And ultimate damage to defeat the enemies, then this 4-piece scholar set would be a very good alternative for Scylla. Not to mention the efficiency of farming for the 4-piece scholar with the 4-piece Sacerdos as the alternative set is gonna be way more efficient compared to farming for 4-piece Quantum, which is gonna be basically
bro's a Scylla shield. He 100 is
50% efficiency because basically no one ever uses the Watering Guard set, right? Then aside from these skill damage focused units, then
bro, the irony in all 4 of these units being washed and they all benefit from the same shit. Chat, these 4 units got one thing in common, bro. They all washed. Bro, I've been trying to vouch for Su Shang for so long, bro. Nah, man, it's time to admit it, bro. They washed, chat. They all washed.
Other 4-star units such as Win Dunhane, Arlen, or even Yanqing, Shusheng, or even Herda, which does have a pretty high mix of both skill and ultimate damage, they can also be very nice recipients for this brand new 4-piece scholar. Another unit that you guys might be thinking of is probably going to be Fei Xiao, because Fei Xiao also does considerable ultimate damage. But unfortunately, Fei Xiao is going to be performing much better with the 4-piece Valerius, and her personal skill really just does almost no damage because majority of it is either gonna be from the ultimate and the rest of us is gonna be from the talent, right? So
yeah, that skill put in some work though, I'll be honest. Nah, no it don't. That's cope. What I will say though, like the good thing about this is like if you get some insane fucking substats on these on this new relic set for whatever the hell reason, it is another alternative.
Fei Xiao is not gonna be that beneficial for this brand new 4-piece. Before we kind of move on, there's gonna be one last character that may perhaps be one of, if not the best 4-piece upgrade compared to his previous piece, Argenti. This is not really
oh my god, bro. Good old Argenti, man. Oh my god, dude. Argenti, the Knight of Beauty.
because Argenti gets the full benefit from this set specifically, because Argenti's skill doesn't really do that much damage. Most of it is going to be coming from his maximum energy ultimate.
I just would like to say that's not our Argenti, that's your Argenti. All right, that's your Argenti. That's not our Argenti.
But that being said, Argenti's previous best in the 4-piece was more or less going to be the 4-piece champion or the 4-piece Valerius. So for Argenti, this is going to be a pretty nice upgrade specifically for pure fiction.
Not my
because in
Argenti.
pure fiction, you do need quite a bit of skill damage to deal with the mobs, and you can actually spam Argenti's ultimate every single wave instead of waiting for the enhanced ultimate, right? On the similar note with Argenti, Acheron can also be another unit that can benefit quite a bit because she does need quite a bit of crit rate. Having the ultimate damage increase is going to be quite significant because majority of Acheron's damage is going to be coming from the ultimate, right? Especially for players that actually got a E6 Acheron, that's when your skill actually do a lot of damage as well. You can consider this as a pretty nice upgrade considering how quickly can we spam Acheron's ultimate, usually like a 1-turn ultimate.
There's no shot that's a fucking upgrade. I think bro waffling here. Massive Acheron buff. How is that an Acheron buff over the set that gives the same amount of crit rate, and 24% crit damage? Hold on. How is that an upgrade? It's an alternative. Skill and ultimate increased by what is the increase on it? Here we go. Okay, we're at 1157. What's this? Okay, increased damage dealt by skill and ultimate by 20%. After using ultimate, additionally increase the damage dealt by the next skill by 25%. So you get a 20% ultimate damage bonus. Whereas with the other set, you get a 24% crit damage bonus with an 8% crit rate bonus. So you get a 24% crit damage bonus, which applies to her ultimate and her skill at all times. More like a side grade. Yeah, I wouldn't call that an upgrade. I think that's, you know, and that's just a little word, but there's no way that's an upgrade. In fact, I would say it's slightly weaker because it has more condition. It has more of a condition to it, like just to do the same shit. It's an alternative, and it's actually, I would say, just marginally weaker. Yeah, but we're gonna be oversaturated in crit damage with Sparkle. I don't use Sparkle with my Acheron. I use Jiao Shou and a Pella or a Gwyn Iphon or a Silver Wolf. I don't even use Sparkle. He did say, you know what? Didn't he just say that this was for Wells? Is that what he said?
Really nice upgrade. Cron, that's when your skill actually ultimate, right? Especially for players that actually got a E6 Aircron.
Okay. So he's talking about E6. That's where the confusion was. It is, but you know what? Even outside of E6, it actually still is a great alternative if you have a shit fucking set with the debuff.
Skill actually do a lot of damage as well. You can consider this as a pretty nice upgrade considering how quickly
E6, E2. Yeah, you know what? E2 applies as well because now Sparkle's much more easier to implement into a traditional team. That's fair. E2 is where you only need one Nihility as opposed to two Nihilities. So now you can do one Nihility, one Sparkle.
Can we spam Acheron's ultimate usually like a one?
And now you don't have a oversaturated crit damage boost from the other set. That's fair.
An ultimate. However, that being said, Acheron still has much higher value if you just give her the 4-piece debuffer, so it is not going to be an upgrade. But if players are still struggling to get a good 4-piece debuffer for Acheron, then getting good crit values here, you can give it to Acheron if you decide to stop farming for the 4-piece debuffer set, right? So that's gonna be that. So that's gonna be that for our 4-piece option, and then for our 2-piece option, it is gonna be our first ever 2-piece 8% crit rate.
Damn, that's so true. 2-piece 8% crit rate. That's pretty good. Pretty solid.
So if you are gonna be running any forms of like rainbow,
it's not huge. It's just more options when you're mixing maxing sets for certain characters. It's not a massive thing, but it's pretty huge for like mix and matching.
Because you're just trying to get the best possible crit value. Then getting this 2-piece crit rate is basically translating to 16 crit value, which can be very helpful for a lot of players if you're struggling to build a good enough rainbow set for your DPS units, right? So for 2-piece crit, you can run with a 2-piece Valerius, 2-piece Musketeer, 2-piece Prisoner because they all have attack. Any of these can work, or simply just
editor's cooking.
Just run a 2-piece crit by itself with any of the 2 rainbow pieces. So that is gonna be our overall summary for both the Sacerdos as well as the Scholar set. In my opinion, I believe that these brand new Relic sets, they are not gonna be like a Relic set that changes everything, because it is not specifically like a extremely powerful upgrade compared to our older options. So
they never are, honestly. They really are. They never are. They're always like a tiny noticeable difference, unless it's just a set like just straight up dedicated, like Firefly's fucking set is straight up dedicated to Super Break. You know what I mean?
So for our support set, the Sacerdos, you can use the 4-piece Eagle, or you can just stick to your 2-piece Messenger with the random 2-piece Relics to get as much speed as possible. And then for our DPS sets, a lot of our DPS nowadays, we do have quite a lot of best in slot sets. For Acheron, the debuffer sets, for Fisher of the Valerius, for the follow-up sets, the printers, the DOT set. So a lot of our DPSs don't really specifically benefit that much from the Scholar as well. And not to mention, the main recipients for this 4-piece Scholar, they are kind of units that are not really in the best meta right now because of Qinglu and Scylla, compared to units like Fei Xiao, Acheron, Firefly, Super Break. So they're not really gonna be in the flavor of the month.
Okay, I got all I needed from this video. Hey, that was a fantastic video from mrpokke. Chat, if you want to go check him out, give him a subscribe in case you don't know who he is. At this point, you can. Great. Awesome video. He actually addressed some points that I didn't even consider myself. So I thoroughly enjoyed that. But yeah, we're going to wrap this up. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys on the flip side.